Show me in the Constitution where abortion is a fundamental right.
1 in a million to one villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen, I'll end up melting the ceiling.
Roe v. Wade has been overturned as of today, at the moment that I am watching this.
Big reaction today to the Supreme Court's bombshell decision to overturn Roe versus Wade, leaving the abortion rights to state lawmakers. Just moments after the announcement, Americans on both sides of the debate took to the streets to let their feelings be known.
Now, there are some people out there who believe that the overturning of Roe v. Wade is the end of all abortions, right? While some people may see this as an accomplishment, which I guess that you should, right? Some people might see it as a setback, but there are still going to be abortions happening in America, right? And the question now becomes, which states will put restrictions around it, which states will make it illegal versus which states will allow it. And, you know, the question then becomes exactly what's the next steps for the people who are on the pro-choice movement of trying to actually, you know, minimize abortions across the country. And of course, you're going to have the pro-lifers pushing to actually, you know, keep it legal in most states. But as of right now, all it does is push it back to the states. So anybody who thinks that this is like all abortions across the whole country will be illegal, that's not necessarily true, but I'm pretty sure anybody who's been following this situation knows better at this point.
Amber Cogliano has our reports.
Just after
That's our team right there. That's my team right there.
10 a.m., the news broke to cheers.
Now look, now I see women out there now. I see women jumping up and down, right, celebrating. They always say that, oh, it's just trying to be like men trying to like control women's bodies, but there are so many women who are like pro-life. So it's this whole idea that only men are trying to like control women type thing. I just never saw any merit in it. California and Colorado will become abortion sanctuary states. You know it. Probably New York too. Probably New York as well.
And tears.
Bottom line, Roe versus Wade is overruled. There is no constitutional right to an abortion.
Let's Make a Deal was on.
There was never a constitutional right to an abortion. Even Roe v. Wade didn't necessarily say it was a constitution right to abortion. They read into the whole rights to privacy, even though we know that our government spends a lot of time and effort telling doctors and surgeons and people in the medical field what they can and cannot do to other people's bodies and their patients. So that whole precedent of a right to privacy between a doctor and their patient has never made any sense whatsoever.
On the air when the CBS News countdown interrupted regular programming.
Yo,
the court has ruled that states...
What's up, Frankie? What's up? Welcome to the building. I believe I saw there were 13 states are ready to restrict and put more restriction on abortion. Yeah, I know. Thinking like 30 days, Texas is going to have it. Many of them going to put restrictions on it. I think it's all the way up to like the second semester.
Can decide whether abortion should be legal or illegal.
As Nora O'Donnell read the news live, Chief Legal Correspondent Jan Crawford rushed to the anchor desk with the hot off the press details.
It's a 5-4 opinion.
As people reacted to this historic decision, there is an effort to understand.
Do I see a sign back there that say ban Viagra? Bro, is this the opposition? Is this the opposition? Like, people are out here saying that abortion is murder and that we should protect human lives in the womb, and the other side has signs that says ban Viagra.
Its full impact. What does it mean for America, especially women?
It's just...
She said especially women. Y'all ain't heard men can have babies too? They say men can have babies. So what do they mean, especially women? I thought men can have babies. So shouldn't it be men and women? I want to give a huge thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. See, if you're anything like me and you care about your privacy, your security, and your data, then you definitely need to be using ExpressVPN. I'm not just saying that. I care about my viewers and I care about myself, which is why I use ExpressVPN. I was ignorant at one point. I used to think that using incognito mode will protect me from like big corporations collecting all of my data, selling it to these anonymous third parties who would like use it to manipulate me or to try to sell ads to me. But incognito mode doesn't protect me from that because my internet service provider can still see every single website I visit, which means they can see every single website you visit. But with ExpressVPN, they actually protect your data, and they do that by rerouting your internet connection through their secure service, which allows you to visit any site you want and be anonymous. Not only is that the case, but they also keep all of your information secure by encrypting 100% of your data with the most powerful encryption services on the market. Most of the time, you don't even realize it's running in the background. ExpressVPN is available on all your devices, phones, computers, even your smart TVs. So it's really no excuse why you shouldn't be using it. On top of that, if you watch different streaming services like Netflix, then ExpressVPN will allow you to have up to 94 different IP addresses in different countries, which will give you access to shows that you don't even have available in your own country. So why not give it a try? Protect your online activity today with the VPN rated #1 by CNET. Visit my exclusive link, expressvpn.com/Javier, and you can get 3 extra months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/Javier. expressvpn.com/Javier to learn more.
This is one of the most significant historic decisions in modern times.
Experts represented both sides of the issue.
This is a really stark moment in America and a huge setback for every generation younger than me, who now will have fewer rights than my generation.
What about the people who don't agree with you? You think it's a setback for us? Do you think that we care? Do you think that we're like, oh my God, come on?
We're just thrilled by the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. It's long past due.
Firebrand Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene was swarmed as she expressed her joy over the decision. House Democrats chanted as they marched in protest to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, like that really did get my attention. Ban about Viagra. Yeah. I mean, they said that it's a setback for women, but like I don't understand what they mean. Like men can have babies, and last time I checked, they don't have a definition for women. So I mean, I don't necessarily know exactly what they mean. Well, men are going to have babies because we are not going to do it. Get up close and personal with your hand and your fingers everywhere. There are so many women who love babies. There are so many women who love their children, who want to have children. And to them, this is not a setback. To them, this is like, it doesn't bother them whatsoever. No, we don't think it's a setback for men. Before I head out for the evening, if you ain't involved in the baby making process, it's not your business. Stay safe, Javi. All right, Frankie D. Respect, homie. You stay safe out there too, brother.
Democrats chanted as they marched in protest to the Supreme Court. Congresswoman AOC took a megaphone.
Into the streets! Into the streets! Into the streets!
Speaker Nancy Pelosi looked downcast when she began her press conference.
Boy, Nancy Pelosi looked like she barely alive. Boy, God.
There's no point in saying good morning, because it certainly is not one.
Famous
name. What you mean? I had a good morning. Did y'all have a good morning? I had a good morning. We aren't biologists. How can any of us fall? I had a good morning. Did y'all have a good morning? Pro-choice for the sake of the children. Okay, yo, any? I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm old. The problem I have with it is if they did not let us vote on it before they send it to the Supreme Court, what else are they going to ban and not let us vote on? You can vote on it. You got to just vote in your Congress people. You got to vote in the Senate and your representatives. And if they want to, you can put enough people in office to then make that change. They can codify it in Congress, and they can make a law out of it. You know, the Supreme Court is not about taking votes. The Supreme Court is about, discerning the Constitution and deciding, based on history and stuff like that, what's constitutional and what's not. Tracy had a good morning. Who else had a good morning?
Names lit up social media. How dare they? Absolutely tone deaf to the will of the American people, writes Bette Midler. I am heartbroken for people around this country who just lost the fundamental right to make informed decisions about their own bodies.
Bro. Okay, so let me break down the statement. This is Obama's wife, right? The ex first lady, right? I am heartbroken for people around this country who just lost the fundamental right. Show me in the Constitution where abortion is a fundamental right. Show me in any law that abortion is a fundamental right. Show me, because I've not seen it in the Constitution whatsoever. I have not seen it in the Bill of Rights. I haven't seen it anywhere, right? It's not a fundamental right. It's only a right because they say it's a right, because they decided themselves that they care about it and they want to make it a right, but it's not a right. And that's why the Supreme Court just overturned Roe v. Wade, because it was not a right. And if they think the right to privacy is a thing, then tell me why doctors are also already under the impression that there's certain things they can and can't do. There are certain medications that you can't take in this country. So if you have a right to privacy and you have a right to make a decision about your own body, what about the war on drugs? What about medications you can't take? What about surgeries you can't get? And the list goes on and on. How about my right to put my foot down on a gas pedal and go 80 miles per hour in a 45? I can't do that as well. So at the same time, it's not necessarily a fundamental right.
Hosted Michelle Obama. Today's decision closely matches the draft decision that was leaked last month. When that document was leaked, high fencing was erected around the Supreme Court. You can still see it in place today. There was also police in riot gear. As for the status of the leak investigation,
I'm somewhat skeptical that if we don't know by now, we probably won't find out, at least not for many years.
At least not for many years. How long does it take to find a mole? How hard is it to find a rat in the Supreme Court who leaked it? Come on, man. We literally had the FBI watching down from up high on Kyle Rittenhouse when the whole situation took place. Are you telling me they can't find out who leaked the draft? Come on, man. Either they don't want to find out, or the person who leaked the draft did exactly what they wanted them to do.
1 in a million to 1 villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen, out in the melting the ceiling.